sponsored by Blackmagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. Blackmagicdesign.com. And by the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com.
The Room Next Door. This is the first ever feature-length film in English by Pedro Almodovar. This is a very small, intimate film starring Julianne Moore and Tilda Swinton. John Turturro has a small role. He has like 3 or 4 scenes. He did a Q&A after the screening as well. But this is really Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore. Basically what it is, they're both writers. Julianne Moore is more of a novelist and a biographer. Tilda Swinton is a former war correspondent, and she has come down with stage 3 cancer. So she has decided that, having been in battle, she's going to die with her boots on. She has decided to forgo any further treatment and let herself go. But what she wants is for Julianne Moore's character to literally accompany her on this journey. They rent a house in upstate New York and say, I'm going to just live out the last month of my life here. I just want you, quote, in the room next door when it happens. There's a lot of, talk about death and mortality and the meaning of life, but also a lot of really good dark humor, especially if you're an Almodovar fan. Like, half of the background supporting cast are all muscular Spanish men because that's what Almodovar likes. That's his sexuality. He makes no secret of it. So if you know his work, those are giggle moments. There are a lot of really fun visual gags that get peppered throughout, like, what movies they choose to watch, what books they choose to read. The character the character of Tilda Swinton, her estranged daughter makes an appearance that is just hysterical towards the end. So it's like, there's a sense that Almodovar knows the subject matter he's dealing with, so he wants it to land as gently as possible. And the way you break through that is to laugh. So, yes, we're dealing with someone who is choosing death over life, but we're going to make sure we have laughs along the way, including Swinton and Moore giving overly emotive performances, which is counter to what Almodovar likes to do. Most of his films, they're very stoic, especially when he works with the likes of Penelope Cruz and Antonio Banderas. He doesn't like it when actors go out of their way to show their emotion. He much more prefers it if they're not quite deadpan, but read your lines as if you're a normal person reading lines rather than an actor reading lines. And he gets a lot of mileage out of that in most of his films. So this time, because he's setting it in America, because it's an English language film, because it's essentially a Hollywood film, he goes the exact opposite direction and says, play up the treacle for all it's worth, be as mawkish as you want, try to wring tears out of the audience before you make them laugh, because, again, we're dealing with a lot of juxtapositions and contradictions and irony here. So to that extent, it works, and it's really fun. Moore and Swinton give really good performances. My only critique is that it does wear on you after a while, and there's a fake out at the end of the second act that we all see coming and we didn't need. It makes for one good moment in the aftermath, but we really didn't need it. So on those kind of levels, you might not engage with it as much. You may not care, how 2 writers discuss death, when it comes to your normal day-to-day life. But if you're looking for an interesting character study with some almost over-the-top dark comic dialogue, you might enjoy yourself on this one.
Thank you for seeing that movie, that one in particular, because it was at New York Film Festival, and I kind of did and kind of did not want to see it because of the subject matter. I was just like, I don't know if I can watch Tilda Swinton die for 2 hours. Like, I'm glad you mentioned the laughs, but it does not sound like it's a laugh riot when you read the log line. You know what I mean?
I mean, I already know my headline for my review when it comes out. Next month, it'll be Tilda's Death Do Us Part.
Do you get that feeling like this is 2 actors who want Oscars?
Oh, yeah. This is... I mean, I consider any film that comes out in the latter months of the year to be Oscar bait, but this is one of the baitier ones. You know, and weirdly, Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore both already have Oscars, so it's not like they're Amy Adams going like, I'm 0 for 6, what more can I do? But this is definitely structured in a way to say, hey, here's a Best Actress nomination, here's a Best Supporting Actress nomination, and give Almodovar a directing nomination while you're at it, kind of deal. There aren't really that many big creative artistic elements. The cinematography is really good, but editing, sound, visual effects, beyond Swinton and Moore, you really only have John Turturro as the other side character. Everybody else is like one or two lines, so it's very small, it's very intimate. You can probably get some mileage out of the production design of Tilda Swinton's apartment versus the house they move into. Minor details like that, but yeah, this is very much an acting showcase and a writing and directing showcase.
This is the BTRP Media Network.